I'm Josh Thibodeau, and I'm doing my persuasive speech on organ donation. Levi Stevenson had goals and dreams, but little did he know his life would be cut short of those dreams. On October 29th, 2008, he was in a serious car accident only 3 miles from his house. He was on life support due to severe brain trauma for more than 24 hours. His brain eventually quit working. Levi's heart was then transplanted to a 17-year-old boy from Texas who is now attending college to become a physical therapist. Levi was proud to be an organ donor. His first driver's license had a big, cheesy smile with a big red donor heart on it. Imagine that you were that young boy from Texas who was waiting for a heart transplant. How would you feel having to wait for something that either meant life or death for you? I think that we can all agree that Levi was a hero. Each of us can also make an impact by becoming an organ donor through the act of quiet heroism. Some people have negative connotations about organ donation and therefore choose not to become an organ donor. In order to be informed about the subject, it is important to know what organ donation is, the need for organ donors, how to become an organ donor, and the benefits from organ donation. Choosing to become an organ donor after your death is not only an important decision for yourself, but a life-changing experience for the person that you have the power to save. First, I will start by discussing what organ donation is and how it works. Organ donation is the process of giving an organ or a part of an organ for the purpose of transplantation to another person. Organ donation can occur with a deceased member who can give kidneys, pancreas, liver, lungs, heart, or intestinal organs. It can also occur with a living donor who can give a kidney or a portion of the lung, liver, intestine, or pancreas. Acceptable donors are those who are brain dead but are still on life support. This means that the blood and oxygen are still flowing through the organs, which makes them still healthy. The state donor registry is then searched to determine if the patient has signed up to become a donor. If the patient has not signed up, then their spouse or parent may authorize the donation. The patient's name is then placed on a database in the United Network for Organ Sharing. UNOS also includes a database of all transplant recipients awaiting organs. A match is then made for both the donor and recipient to have the same blood type and tissue type. The need for organ donation is as well a nationally as well as local issue. People from all around the world, but more specifically right here in Louisiana, need our help. One of the major problems with organ donation is that there are not enough donors. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, there are more than 100,000 people in the U.S. waiting for an organ transplant. In fact, every 12 minutes, another person is added to that waiting list. As it hits close to the home, Louisiana has more than 700 people waiting for an organ transplant. 20 people will die each day because there are too few donors. This means that one person might die by the time I finish this speech. This adds up to thousands of people a year. Although there is such a tremendous need for organ donation, there are still many negative connotations that go along with it. Many people are opposed to organ donation because of all the myths that are out there. It is very important that you are not misinformed so you can make a worthwhile decision that can be a lifesaver. There are many myths out there, but I'll only mention 2 that I found interesting. The first myth, organ donation is against my religion. In fact, most religions are supportive of organ donation. If you're not sure, then you can ask a member of your clergy. Second myth, my family will be charged if I donate my organs. In fact, there are never any charges to the family for the organ donation. The costs associated with the organ removal are paid by the transplant recipient. Now that you have some facts, you can see how being an organ donor can make a big difference, and not just to one person. So how do you become an organ donor? First thing you want to do is talk with your family about your decision. It is important that they are aware of your wishes since they will be the ones making the final arrangements. Anyone, even minors, can register as an organ donor. Minors can register when receiving their first permit or driver's license. Donors can sign up by designating on their driver's license that they are an organ donor. In Louisiana, the DMV puts a red heart on your driver's license to indicate that you are an organ donor. Another way you can become an organ donor is registering with your state donor registry. In Louisiana, you can go to lopa.org and click the register link, and all you have to do is fill out some basic information like your telephone number, address, and driver's license number. I'm sure most of you can now see how it's a very simple process to become an organ donor. Organ donation can be both beneficial to your family and the people who receive your organs. Donating organs can help your family through the grieving process. It can be a sense of satisfaction and comfort to them knowing that their lost love has touched the lives of others. Donating your organs can also be a difference between life or death for someone who is in need of an organ. Knowing that there's a tremendous shortage of organs, why not choose to become an organ donor and possibly save a life? According to LOPA, one organ can save up to 9 lives. I think most of you can now see how important becoming an organ donor may be one of the most rewarding decisions you have ever made in your life. Today I have talked about what organ donation is, the need for organ donation, the myths around the issue, the steps in becoming an organ donor, and the benefits from choosing to become an organ donor. April just so happened to be the National Donate Life Month, so why not take that important step in signing up and to be an organ donor this month? The gift of life is the most amazing gift you can give anybody. Think of it this way. After you're gone, you have no use for your organs, so why would you deprive someone else from using them? Thank you.